on sex and the way in which relationships should be consummated. Men purely consummate relationships through the libido, and women consummate relationships through their emotions. So, for a woman, whether or not you're having great sex or you're in a strong relationship, the emotional side of her life is still the most detrimental to whether she can function properly within a relationship. But for a man, it's nearly always to do with sex. So if a woman goes away from a man who sees sex as the most important part of a relationship, it is ironically the emotional aspect of it that has then become too much. You know, it's weird. It's like it all then hinges upon emotion. I think at the moment your relationship hinges entirely upon that emotional paradox. And she's not going towards males of her own age for sex. She's going towards males of her own age because she just wants to live up the fact that she's 19 years of age. And you, it's like with anyone who's much older than you, sometimes you feel as though like you can't possibly understand that. Someone who's much younger than you, 15 years younger than you. You know, like someone who's 18 or someone who's, in our case, 49 or something, trying to convey what they are experiencing life as. And we're still thinking, you know, I'm not quite got there yet. I'm too young for that. I'm only 34, 35, which we are. But yet, the sex part of a relationship will only ever be the thing that drives you apart if you're shallow. You two are not shallow. You're both very complex on an emotional level. And really, I think, let Mel shame herself. Let her do things like this. And then, but what you should do is come down hard on her when she comes back. Be like Fitz and Cracker. And really get to the heart of it, yeah.
Because I don't know if she's going to come back. And
you think, yeah.
My other subscribers, sorry to interrupt there, Alex, but it has to be said, all of my contacts, like subscribers that are, well, nobody has given me a load of shit that I'm mistreating her. They all just say, you know what, forget about her, you've got to look after yourself. And so did all of my support workers that came around our home today. And there'll always be that feeling there that I need her, like, in my life. I'm so confused at the moment, so I need a lot of time to make decisions for myself. She's not in as much trouble or whatever as I thought she was. This confusion is helping me, Alex. I know you had something to say there, but my camera's just in front of the phone now with the screen thing closed, no information given away. Okay, go on.
The one thing that was, I'm not mentioning this, but it does seem as though a mother wields a lot of influence, and I get the feeling that she's jealous of your relationship with Mel because you are the closest person to her, and that takes away from their relationship. And ultimately, I would say, and I wouldn't state this 100%, but she is jealous of that. And women tend to be jealous of, especially mother-daughter sort of relationships that are sort of like sidelined by relationships that they have with, I mean, you only have to look at Sharon Osbourne's reaction to Kelly Osbourne's first proper boyfriend. She went, we need to get it the way it was before, you know, just tell him to leave. And it's like, she was jealous. She even admitted it to Kelly that she was jealous.
But Alex,
her mother's jealous.
Not all mothers are jealous. Now, I don't know about Mel's mother, like her mum, as we call them, in Geordie land, yeah, just off Newcastle. Yeah, I spoke to her mother yesterday, basically her mum. I think it might have been yesterday. All the days merge into one in my situation, okay. Why did my phone just vibrate? You still there, Alex? Oh yeah, you're still there. Oh, probably just a text message or another Snapchat from Mel. As much as I don't use Snapchat. Anyway, to the point. Mel, I sorted her things out with my mum, and, you know, it's just to make things better for me, because I can't help anybody if I don't look after myself first. So Mel's mum came round, took her stuff away, which I left aside for them. I kept an eye on them in case they were stolen. All night I was awake, but I just needed them out of this flat. Just, I don't know what else to say, but Mel's mum was really nice about it. She was bringing on my dog just to see if I was alright and things, so I appreciate that. And her mum has a boyfriend as well. He was a dick to me, but, you know, it's like Chinese whispers from one thing to another. I'll be friends with anybody, you know that.
Oh yeah?
I get on with anybody.
You'd have to have that quality to get on with me, because I am, like I say, I'm a very discriminating person. Not discriminating on, oh, you're fat, I don't like you. But I do have a sophisticated threshold. And I only go for people who are emotionally sophisticated. I don't like people who are Neanderthals, who just, everything to them is perplexing. And the only thing that you can possibly do is go to a football match and scream and shout and, you know, and have your music blaring out of, like, you know, your sound system in a car. And that type of person is just prevalent in society. You aren't like that. You are a true individual.
I've just tried to live. I've been saying that for years of phone calls with you, Alex.
Yeah, it's been a long time, hasn't it?
Do you want me to read out everything that you sent me, or is that too much? Because I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually read it with problems in my life.
Well, you know what? There's, like, when we talk, sometimes I think, like, oh, we've talked too long. But then again, what we've done is we've not talked too long. We've ended up not talking about enough. So we could have spent 2 hours talking about all different things, like, oh, you know, your inheritance, and then it could have gotten to that letter that I sent you. I completely forgot about that letter.
Well, I did receive it the day after that you told me that you sent it.
Oh, yeah?
And you sent it second class, didn't you?
I should have put it first class, because it demands that, doesn't it? First class relationship demands a first class stamp. So I do apologise for that.
Don't apologise, man. I get the joke. I get the lols, as it's called. LOLZ or Z. I still have the envelope. Well, I should have. Yeah, it's second class. It seems pointless sending it first class, because I still got it the next morning.
Oh, you still did? Oh? Wow.
It's really early in the morning, Alex.
That's the thickest letter you've ever got in your life from the brightest person you ever known.
You know what I did when it was still in the envelope? And Mel was on the phone to whoever, anyway. I can't actually remember who it was, but that's irrelevant. I said, oh, there was a certain amount of cash in that envelope, because it kind of felt like folded over paper notes. I said something like 85 grand. And she's like, what? What? So when she came out of the bedroom, I was sat in the sitting room, like the front room, whatever you want to call it. And I pretended to hide something down the side of the chair, like the seating area that we have. And she just asked, what are you hiding from me? And I was like, nothing. I was just winding up. I didn't tell her that I was winding up. But lucky that your was it 11 pages weren't ripped up. When you say page, you wrote on the front and the back.
Yeah, well, Max might have been delivered it, you know. Someone might have put it for the beginning. He might have just put it in his jaws, and then
Max,
he might have had to pry it out of his mouth.
Max is certainly not like that.
Yeah.
We've got a good postman here, you know. He gives Max these, not
very bright
sticks, you know, schmackles.
Schmackles? What did I say? He was a smacko addict.
It's a dog treat made by Pedigree, to my belief. Max loves them.
That would be funny, just you on camera, like, could even be a comedy video. That my poor dog, he was so healthy and vital. Now look at him, he's just a smacko addict. What you could do is just pan to him, and he's nothing to do with that at all. He's just sort of like, like half asleep. My dog is nearly dead because of smackos. Can anyone help me? Can anyone help me?
Interesting idea there, Alex, but I think Pedigree, if they even made by Pedigree, I can't remember. All of Max's stuff is gone, food, toys, whatever. Yeah, Pedigree or whatever company that makes them will probably have this video flagged.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd actually have a sniper just, like, take part of your hair off at the top.
You cannot do this. This is our country. Oh, God. That sounded too much like a Pakistani accent. I couldn't think of another accent. That's everybody's go-to thing with pranks.
Sort of like...
I couldn't do that in, like, an Italian accent. I certainly couldn't
that would
do
be Joe Pesci, wouldn't it?
In Macco.
So, are you in a better place now? Are you sort of now beginning to deal with being by yourself more? Is that what really the suicide part of it is? Like, I'm only used to being with someone else, and you've got sort of abandonment issues, so you think to yourself, like, I'm this child lost now, because my parent now, my partner's left me, abandoned me. I'm in this, like, shopping mall all by myself. I may as well just throw myself down the escalators. Is that sort of feeling?
Yeah, that sort of feeling, but I'm in between feelings right now as to what happens with my future. I'm not scared of it. I'm a little worried about where I go from here, because there's financial issues. Can't think of how to explain how I feel.
Well, all I could say is if you get in your inheritance money in 3 weeks' time, then you can instantly pay off all of these arrears. So that will leave you still, like, what, £19,000?
Well, it's
like,
still, Alex, it's not 20 grand. Let's just say that. This is just like an explanation, like an example that I gave you earlier, before being on camera. Remember that I'm recording this, it doesn't have to be on YouTube, but that actually was just an example. I thought that I know it's horrible to keep saying I thought that my granddad put Mel in his will, but apparently not. I've been speaking to my family, and she's not in the will. But yeah, like, to my belief, it's what my granddad told me. So we've just got to see a solicitor in a few weeks, and it might only be a minimal amount. I don't know yet.
Oh?
I've got to phone my Uncle Robert and see what's going on.
So I was thinking about all the support that Rob's given you. I think possibly. I mean, would he appreciate you going to live with him? Just to, until you could find another place to live? Because he does seem to be one of the most positive members of your family, like, the person you can really rely on.
Well, because I'm living so far away, it's not easy to, just have a face-to-face chat with him. I can't always call him, but he has his own business, and, he's got his own life.
Could he get you a job in this business?
Not likely.
Oh?
Maybe.
I mean, my sister's husband has got his own IT company, and he basically offered an outright position to my brother, but my brother could only put up with so much of him, and he said, he's a bit of you know, he lords it over you a little bit too much, and I can't be dealing with my brother-in-law lording it over me to that degree. So, but then he said the same thing would have applied with me if I ever wanted a job. But I don't have any interest in IT beyond just going on to, YouTube or emailing someone. I don't give a fuck for it.
But the thing is, actually working with one of my uncles, this requires me to live in his area, and that's impossible at the moment.
So is he in Leeds, am I right in thinking?
I'm not sure. He's changed address, but he does still have the same company, which is kind of obvious.
I think that would solve it would solve two things. I mean, you were someone you got on with really well, and then living somewhere like Yorkshire, whatever it is, I mean, I think that would be really good for you. Maybe getting away, like with me, getting away from Manchester, where I've lived all my life. You've lived in Shields all your life.
Yeah.
And then the positive confidence, Steve, you're always there anyway. Don't let anyone make you think that just because you're drinking, you're not positive, or that you're not confident. You just don't believe in yourself as much, but it's always there. I think that will come out just straight away. And then you'll be thinking to yourself, that's all I needed. I just needed someone to give me one break. That's it. I'm not asking for people to live my life in there. It's not an iron lung that you require. You just require an opportunity. How many people have said in the land, if it wasn't for that man giving me that opportunity? How many people have said, I've done all this by myself. You lot can go and fuck yourself because I'm a billionaire. It's not happened, is it?
I'm not going to have enough data to upload this recording, Alex. Right, just to let you know, Alex, I currently have my notepad. Suede ones you can get from, that you have in schools. Basically a mathematical thing. I have my phone and my main vlogging camera, my Sony Handycam, whatever the hell it's called, at the bottom of the phone. So let's say if I can upload this with the minimal data with this giffgaff sim that I have.
Well, like I say, if you ever feel the need to, even if you wanted to edit bits of it and you just wanted to use bits, like here's just extracts of it, whatever, then you have my permission. I don't see it as, unless it was someone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interrupting again there, Alex. When I can edit, I could get help from my friend Sheila in Canada. You've seen it, haven't you? My channel trailer?
Yeah, hey, ho, let's go. Did you choose all of the tracks, or did she choose the tracks for you?
She chose everything. She even got AFI on there. I thought, Sheila, that's bloody genius. I watched, the views on that. It seems to currently be up on 117 views.
Yeah.
But, about 20 of those are my views. So, I think views add up when you're viewing them yourself.
The thing is, I've said this many times, you're meant to be on either radio or TV. You're very quirky. You're also a very good-looking man. You, with or without alcohol, you've got 5 million times more charisma. You've just got way more going for you than the average person. You're essentially like Russell Brand. He was fucked up as well, but he was always narcissistic, so he was always like, I have to be on TV. I have to be. Whereas you don't have that. But I honestly do believe, I listen to radio shows, and there's people on there being paid shitloads, and they think they're well interesting, and they bore me to death. You could do a show like Ashton Kutcher, of that type, and I never liked Ashton Kutcher. And it would be really interesting, because it'd just be like, this guy is so quirky. Quirky. I really do think you should try and get into a media position, whether it's a local radio station because you need to be broadcasted. You really do.
But imagine being live on a radio. It's bad enough being live in a hangout where things can be edited, but once something's said over radio, it's done, and other people are recording it. You don't have the power to delete it.
Nothing that you say should ever be deleted. Everything I've ever heard you come up with in your videos that I've either agreed with and or just been either amused by or, is touched by, or you always get to the emotional heart of everything that you talk about, even if you don't get to the technical sensibilities of it. You give a shit.